Before the noise of this day begins, before the emails, the responsibilities, the expectations, I want to invite you into a quiet moment right now. Wherever you are, maybe you're still in bed, maybe you're driving, maybe you're holding a cup of coffee, just pause with me for a second. Take a slow breath in and let it out. There is no rush in this moment. You don't have to fix anything yet. You don't have to figure everything out. This is your space to be still. So let me ask you something gently. When worry starts to rise, when your mind begins to race, where does your soul run first? Is it to your phone, to the news, to replaying yesterday, or stressing about what's coming later today? We all do it. And yet, before this day asks anything of you, God is inviting you to come to Him, not as a last resort, but as your first refuge. I think about David, a man who faced pressure, danger, uncertainty, and fear on levels most of us can't imagine. And yet, before battles were fought, before answers appeared, he ran to God. Not because everything felt calm, but because God was his refuge. A refuge isn't a place where the storm disappears. It's a place where you are held steady while the storm passes. And that's what God wants to be for you this morning. So right now, let your shoulders relax. Let the weight you carried from yesterday loosen its grip. You don't need to bring yesterday's mistakes into today. You don't need to borrow tomorrow's worries either. This moment belongs to you and God alone. He sees you exactly as you are, tired, hopeful, unsure, faithful, struggling, and He is not disappointed. He is near. If your heart feels restless, tell Him. If your mind feels crowded, bring it to Him. If you woke up already feeling behind, already feeling overwhelmed, already feeling like today might be too much, this is where you stop running and start resting. God is not asking you to be strong on your own. He's asking you to come close. So as this day begins, choose where your soul will run. Not to fear, not to pressure, not to the noise of the world, but to the one who is steady, present, and faithful. Let this be your safe place before the day unfolds. Let this be the moment where peace takes root. God is here, and you are not alone. As we sit here in this quiet moment, I want to talk about the things we don't always say out loud. The fears that show up early in the morning, sometimes before our feet even touch the floor. The worries that whisper, what if today goes wrong? What if you fail again? What if nothing changes? Fear has a way of speaking softly, but persistently. And if we're not careful, it can start to feel louder than truth. Maybe for you, fear looks like anxiety that tightens your chest before the day begins. Maybe it's the fear of not being enough, of falling short, of disappointing people you care about. Maybe it's the exhaustion of waiting for answers, waiting for healing, waiting for a breakthrough that hasn't come yet. Or maybe it's the quiet weight of shame from past mistakes, the kind that tries to follow you into a brand new day. Whatever it is, you don't have to pretend it's not there. God can handle the truth of how you feel. But here's something important to remember. Fear may speak, but it doesn't get the final word. Fear tells you that you're alone, but truth reminds you that God is with you. Fear tells you that you're weak, but truth says that God's strength meets you right where you are. Fear tells you that things will never change, but truth declares that God is still working, even when you can't see it. So instead of pushing fear away or judging yourself for feeling it, let's do something different this morning. Let's name it and then place it in God's hands. You don't have to fight every battle in your mind. You don't have to carry every burden in your heart. God never asked you to do this alone. If it helps, say this quietly with me in your heart. I may feel afraid, but I choose to trust God. I may not see the way forward, but I believe He is guiding my steps. I may feel weak, but His strength is holding me steady. Faith doesn't mean fear disappears. Faith means you choose truth, even when fear is present. Take another slow breath right now. Let it ground you. Let it remind you that you are here, that God is near, and that this day has not caught Him by surprise. Whatever battle you're facing, spoken or unspoken, God already knows, and He is not overwhelmed by it. You are allowed to step into this day without having all the answers. You are allowed to move forward one moment at a time, trusting that God will meet you there. Fear doesn't define you. Your past doesn't define you. This moment does not define the rest of your day. God does. And as this morning continues, let that truth settle deeper than any worry ever could. As we get ready to step into this day, I want you to picture yourself moving forward, not rushed, not pressured, not weighed down, but steady and calm. This isn't confidence that comes from having everything under control. This is a quiet confidence that comes from knowing you don't have to carry everything alone. God goes with you. Before you speak a word today, before you make a decision, before you face whatever is ahead, His presence is already there. You don't have to prove your worth today. You don't have to earn God's love or strive for His approval. You are already known. You are already seen. You are already held. Your identity isn't rooted in how productive you are, how strong you feel, or how well today turns out. It's rooted in the simple truth that you belong to God, and that truth doesn't change with your circumstances. So as you move forward, let peace lead you. Not the kind of peace that ignores reality, but the kind that anchors you when life feels uncertain. If your thoughts start to race later today, come back to this moment. Remember that you are covered. Like a child sheltered under loving arms, you are not exposed, forgotten, or unprotected. God's care surrounds you in ways you may never fully see, but can trust completely. Take a breath and gently place this day in God's hands. The conversations you'll have, the work you'll do, the decisions you'll make, the moments you don't expect. You don't have to rush ahead of Him, and you don't have to fear falling behind. Walk at the pace of grace, one step at a time, one moment at a time. And if today brings challenges, remember this. You are not walking into them empty-handed. You carry peace within you. You carry hope with you. You carry the presence of God wherever you go. Let that truth settle your heart. Let it soften your thoughts. Let it guide your steps. So step into this day gently, but with assurance. Not because everything will be easy, but because you are not alone. God is with you, before you, and around you, and that is enough.